Explicit, 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 okay? Decenter, decenter, decenter. Curriculum tells us not only what to expect, but also how to capitalize on what is unexpected. I mean, this is the stuff. You go in and you think you've got the lesson, but supposing, it comes to an end 20 minutes before the period ends, then what are you going to do? It's all, I think I missed one. Curriculum is also, it's a process of learning what and how to teach. That's the cognition. It's a process that includes continual communication about what we learn. It's a process that measures and paces our progress. Measurement, that's an automatic part of building this. That codifies and clarifies materials as their use is enlarged. That's the compilation part. That it is a process devoted not merely to transmitting knowledge, but to creating and revising its form. Not just to transmit, you're inventing here. That's the kick, right? That's the fun when you learn something. Who wants to teach stuff just the stuff that you know? That's not fun. That's just automatic. You're there to learn things. It is so that while remaining fresh in life, instruction grows ever more orderly and precise. So in fact, curriculum, if you look at the word, the derivation of it, the classical derivation, Manana is going to check me out on this. The classical derivation of this, it means a running. And it's recursive. It doubles back on it. So curriculum is thus alive only as long as it is nourished by constant renewal and enlarged by recorded experience. When it stops growing, it's dead. Stop teaching it. Okay? So the summary of this is our curriculum for curriculum and curricula produces one curriculum, produces many. Okay? Is a three-pronged process operating in concert that seeks to discover, to create, and to convey knowledge and materials relating to a specific subject for an ever-widening audience. Its purpose is to guide the development of instruction from inception to its fulfillment in the minds of all who are destined to teach it. And I think that's the end. So, the square of curriculum.
It's very complicated.
Is it?
Yes.
Good. Because if it were simple, it would be wrong. Right?
Actually, I want to agree with you about the journal parts that you were talking, because I had tiny experience in writing journals while I was developing this curriculum for Georgian. You remember this book? And every time I went into class, I was writing down what happened, and Nino Lambashita was writing down what happened, and then we check. It's a lot of work, and then you get tired and fed up, and then you quit it. But it's very necessary.
What about? Good, thanks. What about? You have summer vacation, and you come back, and you're going to teach your curriculum. Are you going to remember everything you did?
Oh, no.
Forget it. It's gone. Okay. So in part, the journal is there to reacquaint you with all the stuff that you had come up with. So that there were. What I did was I bought. Incidentally, I need to show you something if I have it for making recordings. This little job will record 280 hours of sound, okay? 280 hours. And it comes with a little cord. And you put it into your computer, and it comes with the program, and it will translate directly into your computer. And if you don't want to sit there and have to listen to yourself, you know, then there's a program called Dragon, you know, which will, in conjunction with this, write it out. Yes? So, I mean, if I said, okay, manual typewriters, everybody do journals, forget it. They're not going to do it. But here, every teacher, you know, could be supplied with one of this. Okay, you put it into the computer, you go to the web, and everybody is sharing. Okay? Whole different thing. This is one of the problems. For communication, you know, that's
280 hours?
280 hours, Sony. $55.
I have a question about the communication. When you communicate things, okay, if you are the one who teaches during 4 or 5 years, you are the communicator and you are on the other end. But if there are some other teachers that you told us about your experience with Brookline High teachers, so, and generation after generation of teachers, this communication goes and goes on, right? And actually what happens if you are not part of this communication and if you can't check regularly on how the communication is conducted, then at the other end you may get something totally different from what your original.
Well, if I were doing this again, and let me see if this answers your question and let me know if it doesn't, then for every teacher out there, one Sony, okay? And they will already have the benefit of my journals. There are, for semiotics, 1,000 pages of journals that were hand-typed, okay? And that is the reason that it is still being taught. 1,000 pages, okay? And it includes not just what I do or what the teachers at Brookline, but I gave each one of the teachers one of these, not as, and part of the project, and they recorded their lessons, and then they sent the tapes in, and I had a secretary who transcribed them all. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's the technical part of it. Actually, what happens is that, is it always possible to benefit from others' journals the way you would benefit from what you yourself do? There should be some agreement on how you do this, right? How to communicate these things to others. And after 40 years, and you say that the curriculum should develop, and if it doesn't change, it's that, and we should stop teaching. So it has changed a lot, it seems, since you.
I don't know.
No.
I stopped teaching it after 20 years. I mean, you know, like 20 years of teaching it. That's, you know, and I did all the stuff, and I don't know what they've done with it. All I know is that they're teaching it. It's probably something different. In fact, you know, this is why you want other people to teach it, because you'll learn stuff that is different, and everybody will have, you know, things to suggest and different ways of doing things. And that's what makes it, you know, the old diversity argument, that's what makes it strong. Rather than just solitary, you know, my course, that sort of thing.
Can we go back to the cube? I didn't understand.
You like the cube?
No, I didn't.
I know.